Governor, do you want to be RNC chair?
Mayor, how are you? Governor, always a pleasure.
Guys, we've got team chaser coverage of Governor Christie today. He attended a groundbreaking in Trenton, but that wasn't really the chase for us. Diana, you're covering the angle about the potential of the governor being the RNC chairman. We've got Jim McQueenie from New Jersey now standing by, but I want to start with you, Alex. The special prosecutor, not so fast. What do you got?
It was a good news, bad news type of day for Governor Chris Christie. First, the good news. Judge Bonnie Mizdol from Bergen County ruled that there will be no special prosecutor to investigate Governor Chris Christie over the Bridgegate scandal, denying retired firefighter Bill Brennan's request. Now, Brennan called it an act of judicial cowardice and claimed this is not over, but the governor certainly seemed to think it was, refusing to answer any questions about it during his appearance at the groundbreaking for the new Trenton Central High School.
Governor, you believe there's not going to be a special prosecutor in Bridgegate?
And Brennan is technically correct because the denial of a special prosecutor doesn't have any impact on his misconduct complaint case, which is going to continue to a hearing in January. Now the bad news for Governor Chris Christie. A report in Politico on Friday alleges that political pressure was applied so that a state advisory board would increase the amount of public money that went to an ally of Christie's nonprofit. And the person allegedly applying this pressure, Bill Stepien, the former Christie deputy chief of staff whose name is all over the Bridgegate scandal. Union City Mayor Brian Stack's nonprofit ended up getting $40,000, which isn't a huge amount, but it's all part of a pattern that the Christie administration has been seen as using public resources to punish enemies and reward friends. Bill Stepien was exiled from Christie's inner circle after the Bridgegate scandal broke, but found a soft landing in Donald Trump's campaign. And now that Donald Trump is president-elect, Christie has been said to be recommending Stepien for White House political director.
So is there any discussion beyond the article that names, these lightning rod folks like Bill Stepien, who a lot of people think could have been the unindicted co-conspirator in the Bridgegate trial, at least on the list there.
Well, his name came up frequently.
Yeah, and of course. And is there more to it, or in a legal sense, or is this just throwing more mud against the wall to tarnish the governor?
You know what? It's like another toothache for a governor that's got a mouthful of rotten teeth. It's not good. It's not needed. It's not necessary for him. And especially if he's trying to get a new job or a different job out of the state, it can't come at a worse time for him.
Great segue. So, Diana, you're chasing the angle. A story came out saying that there were sources saying that Chris Christie is not just being considered to be the Republican National Committee chairman, but is actively trying to pursue it. What do you got?
Could Chris Christie become the new chairman of the Republican National Committee? It's a post now up for grabs now that Reince Priebus, the former chairman, has been named Trump's chief of staff. And many say it could be a great fit for Christie. But when I asked him, he was mum on the subject, and likely because just a couple of days ago he said he has no intention of leaving his term as governor.
I have said, and for some reason people think I'm equivocal about this, and I'm not. I am completing my term.
But others are speaking on the subject.
In the last Ask the Governor, Chris Christie made it clear that that's a job, the RNC chair, that he would be interested in doing. And he pointed to his time as the head of the Republican Governors Association. He raised a record amount of money.
Now, Politico also has released a report on the subject saying that Christie has thrown his hat into the ring. Of course, he hasn't commented on it yet. Governor, do you want to be RNC chair?
Mayor, how are you?
But, one interesting part of this is that the governor could stay in office and fulfill this post.
I want to bring in Jim McQueenie. Jim, what's your take on the dismissal of the special prosecutor?
It's actually going to not matter for Christie because whether he's in court doing these things or whether he's in the court of public opinion, he's already indicted even though he wasn't convicted, frankly. And this is a thing that's going to linger on anyway.
What about the RNC? Christie, a lot of folks, Eric Scott has certainly said this, that Governor Christie is a prolific fundraiser, set all kinds of records at the Republican Governors Association, and might actually be a half-decent pick for the RNC.
Taking the RNC position is really, it serves both their interests. One, Chris Christie is starting to look a lot like the guy in the schoolyard who wasn't picked to play by anybody. He's standing there alone and out of
flashbacks for him.
And out of pity, flashbacks to him. It's out of pity that the guy picking sides, the President Trump, has to go, okay, we're going to pick you. Come on.
I think you have to resign as governor to be the head of the RNC. I don't know that that has ever been held by anyone doing two jobs.
There is not a law that really separates it, Bill. And in fact, one could really argue with all the time that the governor spent on RGA going around the country doing that and away from the state, how would you notice the difference if he did it for the RNC?
Well, I got to say, you got to give credit where credit is due. You guys seem uninterested with what the governor was doing today, but the $155 million high school that will be built in Trenton in 5 years is a good thing. That building was falling apart, and the students of Trenton deserve a safe place to learn.
Thank you very much. You know, I want to know about these numbers. $150 million for the high school, $16 million for the carrier plant out in Indiana. Why is it costing us $300 million to refurbish the State House?
Because they got to pay for
weekend,
coffee
Jim.
at McQueenie's, that's why.
There we go. See? He says my staff's not ready. Very much.
Now, Christie's day didn't end in Trenton. On Friday afternoon, he ended up in Trump Tower. Take a look at this video of Christie coming out of the elevator with Kellyanne Conway, Trump's former campaign manager. What was he doing there? Could he be chatting about that RNC gig? Stay with Chasing News for more.